Hi guys, it's time to build Mark II of the Ultralight Firepit. There are three main problems with the Mark I. The first is the walls are a bit too short, so the fit is a little tight and a little bit awkward to put in and out when I need to. The second is it burns way too fast. And third, the ash pan was completely useless. So let's get started. The first problem was pretty easy to solve. I just made the walls a little bit longer. The next problem is just a little bit trickier though. The airflow was perfect for starting the fire pit or when using damp wood, which needs a lot more oxygen to burn. But once it's going, the airflow is so strong, it's just a little bit out of hand. I could simply reduce the size and number of vents in the fire pit, but this would create an issue when starting the fire and when using damp wood. I need to be able to control and adjust the size of the air vents. I spent quite a bit of time thinking on this. There are a few options available that could work. I've weighed up the pros and cons of each and settled on a slot and band system. It's very important these are accurate. Just going to thread this in. Try not to bend it at all at this stage. You can gently bend it, but do be very careful not to cut yourself on the sharp edges. What I'd say is take your time. It's very easy to slip and kind of gash your fingers along the sharp edges. As I said in the previous video, this thing is a bit like getting a paper cut, but you've got more guarantee of it because it's a very stiff material. Potentially I could do some level of bend on the ends here just to give myself a little handle to grip. I might do something like that. See how that goes. Another potential is just to use a tent peg, and I guess if we had this wrapped in a little circle, look at that, so I can grab that and pull it, and presumably I'll be able to do the same with the other side. Oh, that's not bad. On the fly thinking. Look at that. There you go, a little handle. So I can imagine and just put that in as a tent peg and then just pull. And same thing over here. So just pull that all the way that way, vents are closed. Put it that way, vents are open. I'm happy with that. That's turned out pretty good. So now just to repeat one more time. As you can probably tell, that was a lot easier than the first time. And now to punch some holes for the support tent pegs. Well, that's as far in as I can make it, so that's going to work really. There you go. And I'll do these ones. These ones all need to line up a little bit more. Much to do here, just shove it in as fast as possible, line it up with the line roughly. Here we need to be a little bit more careful again. Again, as long as it's the right height, I'm not too worried about a little movement left or right. So as before, we're just looking to make a rough circle. I'm just carefully pressing the Stanley blade in to cut maybe a millimetre at a time. It's just a push downwards. There's no drag. It's just a push downwards, almost just to pinch it. And then, yep, there you go. We have a nice hole. It is surprising how workable the titanium sheet is for something so robust. It's really very good. I found the rouleau is far more effective at getting these rough edges deburred and sort of smoothed out than a file is. So I've taken to doing that on the second sheet that you didn't see me make with the bits here. I actually made sure I smoothed all the edges out and made sure everything was smooth, and that seems to have helped quite a lot with the build quality. Then we have the two sidewalls completed. The final upgrade is something I'm super excited to test out and try. The original plan had been to use a bit of titanium foil as my base or ash pan for the stove. And it's pretty easy to just make a circle. All I've got to do is draw around that and cut it out with some scissors. I decided against it because it would be near impossible to make a good seal between the pan itself and the walls of the fire pit. But I have discovered what I hope is the solution to that. This stove rope from Amazon. This is brilliant stuff. It's designed to go on the door of your stove, or basically connect your glass to your door, and obviously create a, I don't know if it's airtight, but it's a pretty decent seal. And because it's designed to go on a stove, obviously it's highly heat resistant and I guess maybe flame resistant. It's made of fiberglass or glass fiber. I'm not sure whether there's a difference between those two terms, but I see it written in different ways. And it has adhesive backing on one side where you can stick it down and it creates this nice sort of flat but raised surface. There's certainly a lot of tack to that adhesive. It's very, very tacky. That's once that's on, that's on. I just need to make that work. Ta-da! That's brilliant. So it's still nice and sturdy, but it has a little bit more space for the grills to go in and out, which is going to make things quite nice. The base or ash pan, as you can see in there, has fitted in really nicely, and I even have the ability to control the air intake. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The Ultralight Firepit Mark II. Look at that. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me build this Mark II as much as I enjoyed building it. Obviously, I can't wait to get out and test this, so I'll see you guys next week for that. I've got loads of adventures planned in the coming months, so make sure if you're not subscribed that you do so. But for now, while I pack this thing down and get it back into its case, you guys hit the like button and comment below what you think of the video, what you think of the stove, or fire pit I should say, or just have a good laugh at me calling it a stove rather than a fire pit all the time, whatever. But yeah, there's loads of things planned in the future. I've got a collab coming up with 2 other YouTubers. I have a wonky line mission that I'm hoping to get done soon. There's also going to be a huge adventure in April that I'm now in sort of training for and I'm making all my preparations for. It's going to be quite a huge adventure, probably the biggest of my life. So I hope you guys will stick around, get subscribed and join me for that adventure. It's something I'm really excited about, actually. I won't give you any details right now. I don't want to spoil anything. It's going to be a big surprise. But yeah, just make sure you're subscribed and you've got that bell on so you don't miss any of the adventures. But for now, thanks for watching. Have fun.